Your specific person already loves you, my friend. And in this video, I'll show you exactly why. I'll show you the reasons behind why this is the case. And to be fully honest, in this video, we'll go a little bit deeper. We will explore the metaphysical and spiritual aspect of love so that you can understand how any specific person that you love and that you want to have a relationship actually already loves you. It might be a little harder to see at first, but if you stay with me until the end of the video, through the stories I'll share with you and through the practice I'll give you by the end of the video, you'll see how this is the case so that you can feel more confident in the love that you're about to share with your specific person because it is already yours. That being the case, my friend, let's directly begin and start with the video. So first of all, I want to share something about love that it's like that most people find really hard to understand. Even me, I find it hard to understand because love is not as objective as we think it is. Most of us think that love is only expressed through a certain way of speaking, through words of encouragement, through like being intimate with somebody, through like giving or receiving gifts, through spending quality time. And these are all the human ways in which we experience and share love. But actually, love is something much beyond that, much beyond our present understanding of how it should look like. Because, of course, it's natural for us humans to have these labels of what love is, and to feel worried that sometimes our specific person don't love us and they don't like they don't care for us, they don't show us respect, we are not important for them, don't take us seriously. It's easy to perceive it that way because we perceive the nature of love through our limited labels of how it should look like. While on the other hand, if we were to look at the spiritual nature of love, we know that love is there to make us feel more whole within us. Love is there to help us grow. Love is there to help us expand and become more of ourselves, while at the same time letting go of everything that doesn't feel in alignment with ourselves. So, this is the nature of love. It has the purpose to clear all the blockages to it and also to help us awaken and integrate all the qualities of that love within us, which we have abandoned, which we have forgotten about ourselves. And so then, when we become attached to a specific person that we love, the way that they show their love back to us is through teaching us more about ourselves in the first place. Now, I know this can sound a little too abstract and too, but let me share with you a couple of stories from my experience and like from the experience of people I have worked with and I have talked with to show you, to illustrate with you this point that love is here to help us grow and to help us expand and become more of who we naturally intrinsically are. So here's the story of like my first ever more, I would say, serious relationship. It was with this girl who, like, it was at this stage in my life, I was dreaming for a relationship because I tried everything else that people were saying should make you happy, like running an online business, like going to university and studying and becoming and being ambitious to prove yourself in the world. All these things, I've tried them, and I found that they just don't resonate with me. It's like I don't find them as part of my path, and they weren't bringing me any happiness. So I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe love will save me. Maybe if I find the perfect partner for me, this is what will make me happy. I was still chasing back at this stage in my life, but anyways, long story short, a couple of months later, I attracted this partner with whom like I resonated a lot. We had a lot of things in common. She was also like outgoing. She loved nature. She was into spirituality, like things like I find interesting and I'm passionate about. And we connected a lot. And we started developing this relationship. And so eventually we went into a relationship. And like 3 months later, I found myself that I was losing friends, I was losing my other passions. I became so attached to this specific person, to the love in my life, that I was starting to lose myself. And I didn't know it at this stage, but I was actually not really loving her, but I was pleasing her to ensure the fact that she will remain in my life forever so that I don't have to suffer from somebody abandoning me. I didn't know it again at that stage, but it was the wound of abandonment within myself that was running what I was calling loving her. So, and then I just become attached to her. Like we became codependent of one another. We were spending 16 out of 24 hours per day together. And so eventually this all of this, like, it started suffocating me because I was losing other aspects of my life which I found passionate to pursue, like friends, reading books, um, working with my freelance clients, which I was doing back then, creating videos for my YouTube channel in Bulgaria. I was actually starting to lose my interest in that because I was focusing all of my attention to pleasing my partner, which was not being, which was being destructive already. So eventually I started feeling suffocated and I wanted to move back. But at this stage, I was also really afraid and anxious that if I communicated with her that I wanted more space and I want us to break up, this would like ruin her life because I would be the bad person who like makes her suffer, and I didn't want that. So eventually I created this strategy. I've shared this story, by the way, but I will just go through it briefly to illustrate this point of how love is there to help us become more whole within ourselves. So I created this strategy that I decided, okay, I'll just withdraw my attention, withdraw my affection, and let her feel that emptiness so that she can make the decision to break up with me. And so like 1 month passed and this happened, and I was like, and it was like, okay, my goal was fulfilled. She broke up with me. Now I had more space. I was free again. I had like, I was able to breathe. But at the same time, when she broke up, I felt depressed. I felt disappointed. I felt betrayed, as if somebody has ruined my whole world. And it didn't make any sense. It was like, what the fuck? How can I have a goal, achieve it, and when I achieve it, feel depressed about it? It doesn't make sense. And I'm really logical person. So I'm looking at this like that my goal is fulfilled. Now she broke up with me. I didn't have to do that, and I didn't have to inflict her suffering. She did that. Now that my goal is complete, I feel depressed. What the fuck is going on? It doesn't make any sense. And so like I just cut out in my bed and I was crying. I was like, what the fuck? You couldn't accept something that was so nonsensical. And eventually this voice spoke up in my head, like somewhere in the background of my awareness, one voice spoke up and it said to me, who you are? Do you know who you are? If you have a goal, achieve that goal and then feel depressed about it. Who are you? And so this was when my awakening actually began. This was when my self-awareness journey actually began. And this is like how I was able through that relationship to commit to my self-awareness and personal development journey, and to actually like go deep into reading books, going to courses, retreats, seminars, so on and so forth, all in this field of awareness and expanding awareness and inner work, which actually started me moving on my own journey. And this was the first way in which I discovered, the first in which I discovered that, okay, it's actually by like, even if that relationship ended, and it's like, it's another story, but eventually once I committed to my own personal development, 1 month after, we were again back together. So I was able to get her back. But anyways, this is not a story for this video. So this was the first time I was able to realize that, okay, there is some higher form of love which is beyond my understanding, beyond my comprehension, that is driving me in my life. It is sending to me specific people who are there to awaken me to who I am authentically. And so eventually, by like continuously contemplating about what was everything that I learned from her, I also discovered that I was really attached to her playfulness. And so I started developing this like quality within myself to be playful with my work and with my approach to life. And then I become more authentic with myself. Then eventually, again, here is the point again. Love is here to help us awaken to who we are authentically, and to help us let go of everything that is not ours. The people pleasing, for example, this wound of abandonment, it wasn't something that I was that is intrinsically mine. It's something that I came here to heal. So I was able to start letting go of that inside of that relationship. And so eventually, long story short, then I closed myself for dating for a couple of years, and like since 1 year ago I opened myself up and started again attracting partners to myself. Then another woman entered my life, and from her, like, it was really funny because she was a mother to a child whose name was Danny, and I'm called Danny. Like, my name is Danny, and it was like, okay, now the universe is showing me this time that I'm looking at my partner as if they were my parent. And instead of me being able to care for my partner, I want them to care for myself. And it was a really interesting synchronicity because, again, her child was called Danya, and I'm like, we're pursuing some form of relationship together. And I'm like, I'm not able to care for her because I want her to care for me at all times. And this is how I learned through that relationship, how I developed this quality within myself to be able to care for my specific person the way they want to be cared for, not the way I think that I should care for them, which at this stage was, okay, I wanted to change everything I didn't like in my specific person to so that I can feel secure in my relationship with them. So in this second relationship, again, through love, through the nature of love, I was able to discover this quality of caring for people within myself, specifically in my romantic relationships. Then another partner entered my life a little later. And again, it was like this woman which was with like a lot more developed than me, spiritually speaking, financially, in her professional life. And like with her, I found myself that I was trying to manipulate a fake self-image about myself in her mind so that I can prove to myself that I am worthy of her love. So I was still trying to chase love. I wasn't like trying to accept and surrender to it. But eventually, through that journey in that relationship and everything that we have gone through, I was able to embody this quality of being able to respect the vision of my specific person instead of just following my vision, a vision of what I want from a romantic relationship. And so I was also able to let go of this really deeply rooted paradigm that influences so many men around the world, that most, and this was something that I was living through unconsciously. My romantic life was unfolding through that belief that I will share in a moment, unconsciously, until I was able to let it go thanks to that relationship. And that belief is that I was afraid that women are more superior than men. And thus, if I were to care and respect my woman, then it's almost as if I accept that I am weaker than her and she's more superior to me. And I have to prove to myself that I'm worthy of her by manipulating a fake self-image about myself in her mind so that I can prove that I'm worthy of her love. Which again is not, it's absolutely not needed when you're looking for true love, because you cannot ultimately be in a relationship with your specific person if his vision of a romantic relationship is completely different than yours, which was my case in this relationship that I told you about. And thus I learned what it is to respect my partner's vision. And so, okay, now the next person I'm dating in my life, which is happening right now, through that relationship, through love, again, I'm learning what it is to be patient. Because, okay, I know I cannot force my specific person to love me, but I can be patient that I know in myself, within myself, that I already deserve love. And I'm learning consistently about all the ways in which I am already loved through all the relationships that I have experienced. Because through every single one of them, I am learning something about myself. And the more whole I become within myself, the more hope of a partner I attract to myself. So this is how your specific person, even if it sounds a little bit hard to comprehend, my friend, this is how your specific person already loves you. They already love you through what they're here to teach you about your own self. You become attached to what you have forgotten and like abandoned in yourself. That's why you become attached to it in your specific person. So if you miss your specific person a lot, if you're like too anxious, if you are too needy, look at what it is you're needy about. Look at what it is you're attached to. And there is like one really amazing exercise that I wanna like guide you towards. It's a guided meditation that I made in a video in this channel again. And if you try that exercise, like the chances are that you attract your specific person back to you really fast, because embody and integrate what is it that you're learning from them. And when you consistently learn from your specific person, it's only natural for your relationship together to develop and to become more closer and more emotionally deep and intimate. So this is how your specific person loves you. Does it make sense now? Can you see that by what you're learning from the relationship with your specific person is how this love that he has for you is being experienced? Like, this is how he's showing their love for you. Because again, if you didn't learn from your relationships consistently, then it's like, what's the purpose of them? What do you think, like, what do you think will happen? You'll just meet somebody in your life and you'll be happily ever after, married together, not growing at all, and like you stay in your little bubbles of what feels comfortable? No, my friend, love is there to help you reach out to what is not comfortable, to expand your circle of comfort, of safety, of security, to help you become more whole within yourself. And if you commit to that journey of learning, then it is inevitable that you will find the love. It's not that you will find it, actually, it will find you. The love that you're looking for will naturally find you in your most ideal version of your specific person. And this specific person, it can change with time. Like, different people can enter your life and you learn different things from them, but if you consistently integrate them, eventually you'll find that partner with whom you have a long-term relationship, because you're consistently, both of us, you're consistently committed to your own vision of what you want from love, committed and like in alignment with your healthy boundaries, and they're also committed to their own vision and in alignment with their healthy boundaries, and you connect in such a way that your vision supports their vision and their vision supports your vision. And if that is the case, my friend, then your romantic partner becomes your best friend, and in this way you can actually have a long-term relationship together. So this is the promise. Again, this is what you experience when you commit to consistently learning from what you become attached to in your specific person. And the way to do that is to let go. I know it sounds paradoxical, but what you let go is already yours. So if you let go to the attachment you experience to your specific person, and then you find this feeling of security and safety within yourself about them, then you feel them, you see them how they naturally attract back to you, and you continuously develop this relationship with them. And I talk like, if you want to go deeply into the practice of it, of this, I would suggest that you go through the 3-day free mini course that I have in my free Facebook group, Facebook community. You can join it down in the link through the link in the description. And also, my friend, like, for you to be able to let go of the attachment you might have to your specific person, which is already becoming destructive because you're not learning from them, you're trying to keep yourself safe, which, if you're trying to keep yourself safe, you're being attached to something which you don't want to accept within yourself, you don't want to find within yourself, and then you just, like, you just try to force them or try to change them or like chase them. And in all these cases, like, love is not there, because love is natural, love is already there. It already exists when you surrender. If you don't, if you become too attached and too possessive of somebody, this is not love, my friend, this is fear. And you naturally learn that by letting go of your attachment. And to help you with letting go of your attachment, check out this video. I will put it in the, like, now you see recommendations, and one of those recommendations will be this simple exercise in the guided meditation that you can try to let go of your attachment and then see what love has in store for you. Because, my friend, your specific person already loves you, because it is the nature of reality that you deserve to be loved. And even if they don't show you the love the way you want to be loved, like, again, if you let go of your attachment, you will see how they already love you in their own way, unique way. And you can feel that within yourself. And if you feel that within yourself, well, feeling is the secret. If you feel love within yourself, what do you think will happen? Well, we'll be surrounded by love everywhere around you. So let go, my friend. If there was anything I wanted to communicate in this video, it was to invite you to let go of your attachments. The more you let go of your attachments, the more secure the love with your specific person will be, the love that you want to share together. So this was everything I wanted to share in the video. If you found it useful, if you resonated with the stories, if you understand and connect with the concept I share, let me know in the comments below. Like it to help it reach more people. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe to it, because in this channel, like, my intention is to create all the content that you need to help you experience the most conscious, uplifting, and meaningful relationships with everybody in your life. So if this is an intention that you also share with me, subscribe to the channel, and I would love to see you in the daily videos. This was everything I wanted to share. Check out the practice. It's also in the descriptions below. Check out the mini course, and I'll see you around in the channel. Bye-bye for now. See you next time. I love you, my friends.